And action.
That's his job.
Oh.
All right, first question, we're ready for you. The water that we're feeding our cows and that we're using on our farms is the same water that ultimately ends up in our house, that we are drinking, that we are using every single day.
If we don't take care of our animals or the land, then if our girls want to do this business, what are we going to leave them? So obviously we want to take as good care of it as possible so that the next generation or the next farmer can grow and prosper.
I feel like my path to dairy farming maybe wasn't as direct as his. Like, I didn't always know I wanted to do it. Actually, when I left and went away to school, I didn't think I wanted to come back to the farm. I feel like I was like one of those classic rural kids that wanted to go to a city and see what it was like and do something different. And I ended up getting my degree in environmental science. And then I met Daniel and we started dating, and I moved back home and started dairy farming with Daniel. And so then it was like, what do I want to do with this environmental science degree? Well, it seemed like a natural fit for me to come back to the farm in that role and be a part of the water and the manure management and the soil health. And so that was kind of what brought me back to dairy farming. And now I can't imagine doing anything else. Isn't it funny how life like works out that way, that this is exactly what I'm supposed to be doing. I have such a passion for it and I love it. I think one of my favorite things about dairy farming is getting to raise our girls on our farm. We live right here on our dairy farm. You can see our house in the background. And so I don't know what other life is like that, where you get to have your kids at your job. And I think that's what really makes dairy farming, I know this is cliche, but it's more than a job. It is your life. It's your lifestyle. I think some of sustainability to farmers just comes second nature. If you asked a farmer, are you sustainable? They'd probably look at you maybe a little funny and say, I don't think I'm doing anything that special, but it really is just what they do. So one of the great things that dairy farmers are doing is we really conserve a lot of water right here in our barn. We recycle water in our barn 4 to 5 times, which really surprises people, but there's a lot of ways that we do that. One of the ways that we do it, the very first way we use our water, is we use our water to cool our milk. Then that same water is used to wash the equipment in our barn, wash off the floor, we'll just wash out all the outside of the barn. So it really comes full circle. The water that we're using in the barn ultimately waters the crops that ultimately feed the cows. You're wearing cotton right now. When you make cotton, there's a seed that's left over. And so our cattle actually eat that. It's a great source of protein for them. Another piece of our sustainability story is that we use peanut shells for bedding for our calves. As we all know, on dairy farms, there is a lot of cow manure, but we actually use that cow manure, we compost it, all of it, and we use it out on our fields to improve our soil health. For us, it's really about conserving our water. We only have so much. It's a precious resource. We want to be able to have enough for the future generations. So that is why we practice water conservation throughout our farm, not just here in the fields, but also in our barns.
These girls are really everything. We try to make it as comfortable for them as possible. We're like their hotel service. When they go to the barn and come back, their pen is groomed. We have feed waiting for them, so there's your little chocolate on the pillow, right? So yeah, they take care of us and we take care of them.
I'm Vander Dussen. This is how we care for our land and our cattle.
I'm Daniel Vander Dussen, and this is our sustainability story.